Each year, the seniors vote for a faculty member to give the commencement address. This year, this very prestigious honor goes to Mr. John Paul Wanish. Mr. Wanish received his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of South Florida. He is a member of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. He's a member of the Society for Automotive Engineering, a proclaimed entrepreneur who has owned and sold businesses since 1985. He is the president and founder of the Career Tech Education Foundation. He is a teacher, coach, and department chairman of the Engineering Academy. The engineering program is recognized as one of the top 10 high school engineering programs in Project Lead the Way. Mr. Wanish has 2 sons, one in college, one currently attending Eastlake High School. He also has here this evening with him his lovely wife, Linda, and they certainly have a great relationship as long as he does everything she says. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul Wanish.
Thank you, Mr. Snare. Good evening. How are we doing? Okay. I am humbled and deeply honored to stand before you this evening. It's a very special day of graduation. As I begin, I should tell you a little something about myself. Give you a little insight on what I'm about to share with you. I am colorblind. Some of you already know that. Everything to me is black and white. I've had to learn my colors. You may have jokingly heard me say in class that if I dressed funny, it was because I made my wife, Linda, upset. I am a native Floridian, and there are not too many of us left. I was born in Orlando when there was no Mickey, no Minnie, no Disney. Orlando was a small town, and back then the area that I grew up in was called College Park. Everyone in College Park knew everyone else. At the age of 4, I made the decision to run away from home. Me, my dog Missy, struck out for what was to be a long journey. I believe we traveled about a block before one of our neighbors stopped me to ask what I was doing. Where are you going? I responded, I'm running away. And then the neighbor gently coaxed me back home. When we are young, and sometimes even when we are not, we see challenges as challenges and not as opportunities. We may become discouraged, but if we put our mind to it, we can do amazing things. Life. Life is an interesting journey. If you had told me in high school that I would one day own my own companies, travel the world as a manufacturing and mechanical engineer, become a professional race car driver, ski barefoot professionally for Mastercraft Boat Company, sell one of my companies, retired to be an educator, and now stand humbly before you to deliver the commencement address, I would have said, you must be outside your mind. Life. Life gives us opportunities, and yet coincidentally, life gives us some interesting reminders of where we've been. Here is a recent coincidence in my life that I would like for you to consider. I graduated from Edgewater High School in College Park. Edgewater High School sits on the east edge of a lake. The name of that lake is Lake Silver. Eastlake High School, as you all know, sits on the east side of a lake, Lake Tarpon, which sits on Silver Eagle Drive. I bet you can guess what our mascot was. Yeah, you got it. It was an eagle. Why do these things happen? Most of you know me, but many of you don't know is that I am somewhat the philosopher. I have learned that I have forgotten more things than I remembered. I have also learned that the temptation to give advice is irresistible. But don't worry, the ability to ignore it is universal. So I started thinking, what advice could I give to you? I have traveled the entire world, but I have learned from you. Your wisdom about life is right only 50% of the time. and 50% of the time it is wrong. I'm here to assure you, however, that as you get older, it is just the reverse. See the adults.